Hello there and welcome back to the StarLadder I-League Invitational Season 4, though it is an international tournament eventually, but we are here in the NA qualifiers to make it through. And we have got VGJ.Storm versus Immortals. My name is Nomad, and this is going to be a good game, I think. I think Immortals are looking to come back with a vengeance here. Now, they have picked themselves up. What year is this? What meta are we? I don't even know, because we have a wisp tiny opening from Immortals. VGJ respond by picking a Omni-Knight and a Bane versus that, and I have to say these two heroes are both very, very good versus that tiny Wisp combo. Being able to obviously heal yourself, and you know, you're not an easy gank target as an Omni-Knight. That is number one. That is the core. Bane, on the other hand, well, he's special. Like, you know, he can put one person to sleep. He can Fiend's Grip another one. So again, like, not an easy person to solo gank. Usually won't get the time to do that versus a Wisp tiny if alone. That's very rarely the case.
10 seconds remaining.
Also, being able to throw out that Enfeeble, it's going to help out whatever lane they're in, and leaves things very open. You know, Omni-Knight can still be played as a 4. Usually he's the off-laner, but he can still be played as that 4, so a nice versatile pickup by VGJ, and leaves him with plenty of options. And that's what it's all about when you start out, right? I've talked about this a lot in my casts, but I think it bears repeating, because a lot of people think, like, well, I mean, I see Tiny all the time in pro games, but, you know, he doesn't seem that strong in pub games. Like, his win rate isn't phenomenal. Like, why do people pick him out so much? And the answer, dear listener, is because you don't have a drafting phase in pub games, unless you're playing captain mode, because you're crazy. But if you're playing a regular pub game, you don't have you don't have the drafting phase. And, well, you do a little bit. Tiny is a versatile pick, right? And when it's as intense a drafting phase as this, you know, you got a whole nother level of Dota right here. The versatility the Tiny pick gives you is absolutely invaluable. If you can pick up your first hero and pick a core, which can lane into any lane, VGJ.Storm don't know where this Tiny's going. Full stop. And that alone is such a strong reason. Not to mention the status effect thing makes him very kind of broken, and Avalanche Toss combo is really, really strong. But mostly the reason he's picked up early is literally just because he can be laned in the off lane. He can go mid, or he can be your carry. Mostly we do see him in the off lane. We even see him 4, so that's 4 out of 5 positions he can play. It is so strong. Very similar with the Omni-Knight. You can put your Omni-Knight anywhere. And that's another reason why he's very strong. And you will see that happening a lot. If we figure out that a hero can lane in a lane, even the Gyrocopter, for example, he can go mid or he can go safe, you know? Yeah, that's the point.
5 seconds remaining.
People really like to mess around with their drafts. Like to play the mind games. You know, SVG, Doobie, they're currently locked in a telekinetic mind duel. See who will come out on top. Last game it was SVG, so he's holding the cards right now. This Wisp pick is actually kind of interesting from Immortals. Obviously we can't see into their scrimming games, but from public data, from all the public competitive matches they've played, they've only played the Wisp once. They have won with it. I'm fairly sure Febby plays a pretty mean Wisp.
Dire team pick.
Night Stalker.
Night Stalker coming out from VGJ.Storm. Now that is typically an Immortals hero. VGJ don't play him that much, but I can see him fitting very nicely into that draft there, and already we're seeing a similar aggression from VGJ.Storm. Similar to what we saw last game, just big heroes which want to run at you in Immortals. They won't be able to deal with that. There's the Ancient Apparition, and that is a nice counter-ganking hero, actually. A very nice counter-ganking hero. That's up nicely with the IO and Tiny. You got some really strong global ganking potential with those two.
10 seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining.
Also, Cold Feet and more importantly, the Ice Vortex is really, really good with a Tiny. If you can make his Avalanche Toss do more damage, then that is pretty potent. And yep, just looking at Febby's profile right here, yeah, Wisp is his most played hero of all time, so yeah, I was pretty certain he played a lot of that hero. Didn't think it was his all-time most, but there you go. You learn something new every day. You learn something new every cast. Like a catchphrase by now or something. You do though, you do. When you're the eye in the sky in a Dota match, it's amazing what you can see. So, VGJ, what do they respond to this one? I mean, oh, there's a Terrorblade coming out from VGJ. That hero goes unchecked, and that was quite a little bit of a curveball from VGJ. I think they showed these heroes which are like, oh, we're going aggressive again, and then all of a sudden they drop out a Terrorblade, just like, JK, We're just making space.
Radiant team banned.
And there's the Void in response to that one, so one of the keys to shutting down Terrorblade is making sure he can't get that Sunder off in the middle of a team fight. When you're ganking him, Sunder's not actually that good of a spell, because usually when you're ganking somebody and they have to use Sunder, it's likely they're already dead, they're not going to escape. Obviously there is the exception to prove the rule, but more or less, Sunder's not important. In a team fight, however, if you can't stop him using that Sunder, then he is going to, in the middle of all that chaos and everything, when you've been trying to focus him down, he's going to pull himself right back up to full health, and then you have a whole team chasing him. But you've got Sunder and you've got heal here, so that is going to be quite potent. And also probably an early Spirit Vessel on the Night Stalker, so a lot of things to keep this Terrorblade alive. And that's why I like the Faceless Void pick, actually. I like it a lot. I value it. And the IO can work with the Void.
10 seconds remaining.
And plenty of options. Strong drafts from both teams so far. Once again, I mean, I wouldn't favour anybody this draft. Maybe the VGJ.Storm draft is a little bit better, I would say. I really value the Bane pick, personally. You see the SA teams and a couple of the CIS teams, they really value the Bane as well. Over in ENA, not so much of a popular pick. But here we go. Okay, Immortals. Dropping the hammer there, throwing down that Outworld Devourer. And banning out the Pugner. Smart ban. Not going to see a Death Prophet. Now, one thing which I'm screaming at right now is Immortals, they have very little push. They have very little Roshan. We saw this being a slight issue last game, where they won a team fight and they could have gone into Roshan, but they really didn't have the damage for it. They didn't have that Roshan take. Fixed. Yeah, they didn't have the potential to take Roshan. And again, we're seeing similar things. Void isn't a great Rosh taker, Tiny isn't a great Rosh taker, OG isn't... All of them are very meh. They're all very meh at taking Rosh, so... VGJ.Storm, however, I mean... They also don't have a whole lot. And this Death Prophet would have suited other teams, both teams, really, really nicely, so... but, of course, Immortals had the first pick, so... That settles it.
Choose your hero.
So again... Neither team's really... I mean, you've got the Terrorblade for the push on VGJ.Storm. Immortals don't have a whole lot of push. They just got a whole lot of fight. If VGJ.Storm play the same way they played last game, then that may well work out going quite well for Immortals. Last game, Immortals just didn't have the heroes. They needed a couple more inches in the game to be able to get back into it. Even just fighting early on, even if there was no net worth advantage, just the heroes, the drafts would mean that Immortals were going to struggle a little bit. This time around, I don't think that's going to be the case. But, yeah, VGJ, they're going to be looking for the ganks. They're going to be basically just trying to elongate this game for their Terrorblade. But they are facing a Faceless Void and Outworld Devourer. That's why I was thinking kind of, I didn't say it, but I think the Queen of Pain was going to be the pick from VGJ.Storm. She just scales a little bit better into that late game. They said they go for the Puck. Really putting all their eggs into this Terrorblade basket, but Puck doesn't really have. But if your Terrorblade hits his stride early on... Oh, fantastic name. Go fucking Tesla. Beautiful. Who is that? That, That is, you are. Of course it's you are. Alright. Somebody is a big fan of science and electromagnetics and all that stuff which Nikola Tesla's into. Actually, no, pulling words out right now. I know he made a advanced in static electric. Anyway, we are getting off track a fair bit as we get into this game, and these two drafts, well, Immortals have a very clear-cut idea here. We want to hit our timings, and we want to start swinging some trees. We want to start throwing down some hammers, and we want to start blowing up some bubbles. Admittedly, that one sounds significantly less exciting than the others, but there you go. An MP going to be up on this top lane versus Snaking and MSS again. The two lovers in the night. Sharing their lane, sharing the farm, sharing everything. Beautiful, really. Sharing net worth. Down at the bottom, we'll have Velo and Febby and this tiny wisp. Well, it's going to be a potent lane. Terrorblade, Bane, is it going to be enough? Terrorblade really doesn't do a whole lot until a little bit later on. Actually, he's going to take a lot of harass here to start things off as well. And even throwing in the tree, throwing in the kitchen sink, throwing in the kitchen wood. Look at SVG's rotations here. He's like, okay, alright, you can take this rune. We're going to go for your rune. An MP coming in. Is he going to be able to pick this one up? It actually goes the way of Wait, oh, snaking. Oh, okay, he wasn't even close to it, but apparently he got it. The other two are right on top of it, and snaking just sneaks in the side. Sneaky snaking. Then we have the middle lane. OD versus Puck. Now, I'm fairly sure this is a fairly horrible lane for Puck when he hits, when OD gets his point in Arcane Orb. And also, to be honest, even he can't dodge Astral Imprisonment. Actually, I think the Cocast says you can. I think he's wrong. So I don't have a Cocast today. Just he always talks about Puck being able to dodge crazy stuff in certain situations. But anyway, Bello and Febby fighting it off. And early on, I mean, this Metamorphosis, we see this quite often where they pop Metamorphosis very early on, just to try and get this last hit advantage in the lane, and get a couple of items, the last hitting item, you know, get that Quelling Blade. And once you have that, your last hitting job becomes a fair bit easier, and also the Harass as well, just to win the lane early on, gives Metamorphosis some real value. In SVG, is he in an awkward position here? I think he's okay, I think he's just harassing. He's got that Brain Sap as well, so he's barely happy just to take chunks out of other people. Oh. MSS dealing a fair amount of damage to Dubu up here. Trying to stop him taking that creep wave. There's really very little Dubu can do other than attack him a bit. We'll put it into the creeps there, and oh, it's quite nicely done actually as MSS. No longer bring them back to his lane. He's just chasing him with his big old hammer, chasing around the place. Now Bane in the bottom lane getting fairly low as Velo and Febby trying to deal the damage. They don't have any more skills. They have a tree grab, one hit, and maybe a throw, but he has got that one, so he'll survive. Nicely done. Great patience from SVG there, the team captain. Showing the rest how to keep composure, and if there's... Oh, nice. Dodged the damage from the Astral there. Oh, making some use out of the phase shift. Bottom. Oh, look at Yuar here. He's just going aggressive, the fellow. Don't even care. Just running at him. Still looking for that first blood, wherever it may be. Oh, I have a sneaking suspicion it's going to be in this bottom lane. But every time I say that, it's somewhere completely different, so... Probably going to be somewhere completely different. Cancel his salve. About 1 health remaining before that salve was gone, but you are just going at it for the... Asserting dominance is very important in Dota. Cancelling someone's salve on 1 HP, yeah. The dominance asserted. And Terrorblade really is just tanking this, actually. Ooh. Having to TP out of top lane. As Snaking and MSS, this is a very, very manly lane. These two guys, these two boys in the hood, they're just going to be in your face. And we have got the Night Stalker taking the farm this time around. Snaking with 14 CS. Omni Knight. At least he got 2. A modest 2. And things are pretty quiet, it has to be said. And actually, the lanes, other than the middle lane, are very equal. The lane Tomato is struggling a little bit. I mean, picking OD into Puck is... Oh, look at the value on that. He's going to get the last hit with it as well. Poor Yoga. Finding the value plays. And SVG gets low in the bottom lane once again. It's not going to be a whole lot of time before Velo can kill him. Before SVG can't survive this, the Wisp Tiny anymore, so... He keeps surviving on really low health, but I think pretty soon he's going to have to be a little bit more careful. MSS. He's got himself the Degen Aura and the Purification, of course, because why would you get Repel? There's no reason to get Repel. Ardo hanging around this middle lane, he's got himself the Null Talismans, so he's pinning fairly hard onto Royo. Oh, nice dodge. Actually seeing the animation of Astral, so you may not be able to dodge it when you come out the other side, but you can dodge it before it even hits you. Smarto with the reaction. And the TP's in from the Bane as SVG joins the party. Hasn't actually gone for that point in Enfeeble, and we do see this a lot when you don't get those Enfeeble points early on. Ooh, Dubu being spotted down in this bottom lane. They have to make the play now, and they will get the Avalanche off and the toss as well. Yawar, he is going to go down, and he's going to be a first blood. Nice rotations in from Dubu. The moment they see the Bane in another lane, they're like, alrighty, let's go. Let's punish this boy. Up at top, MP running away from MSS. Yeah, really wants to lay some judgment down onto the heretic. The value shrine there as Rio comes in. Of course, getting the value out of the items as well. Well, down this bottom lane, Yawar really is starting to feel the pressure. He's just died. He has got the Metamorphosis available. And 2 points in the reflection, so his fighting is fairly potent. But he's pretty scared. And SVG is here to back him up. But they know that Dubu's around. And Febby isn't far, so Yawar just playing it nice and careful. It doesn't want to die again. Doesn't want his you know, he's happy to miss a couple of last hits for the safety. He's got that salve as well to pop.
Regeneration.
Top lane, they're really putting the pressure up. Both of the carries are having a pretty, in fact they're both exactly the same last hits. And MP could be in trouble here. Trying to chase him down into the tree line. But no, the silence wars off and he is able to find his time walk through the tree line, so still no kills on this top lane for snaking. Meanwhile, Bane goes down in the bottom lane, and that is Velo finding his way through the tree line. He's got that Avalanche toss combo, and the Bane is just going to fall to it every single time. Well, they managed to find the kill on the top lane into the Faceless Void. Well, I was saying, it was night time, they wanted to get that kill.
Dire's structures are fortified. Dire's top tower is under attack.
Uh-oh, SVG in the bottom lane could be in trouble again as Febby overcharging his Tiny, but SVG surprisingly tanky on this Bane. He is a tanky old support, and Velo, he needs a little bit more damage. He has got the Avalanche available, will get it off, but it's not enough to bring down SVG, and they kill Febby as well. What a rotation from Tomato on the puck. What a rotation.
Radiant's middle tower is
That's it, isn't it? It's killing, punishing these two heroes which have to stick together. Alright, so you guys are hearing the in-game sounds a little bit later. Fix that. Ooh, jump forwards onto the Terrorblade. Velo just looking to lay down some harass and give Yawar a pretty bad time. I mean, he's about to hit his level 6 actually. Now he just needs to find someone to sunder. The game is delayed or the Hello, being ramped around on an SVG. We'll get that brain sap off. Night time is popped. Is this for top lane? Or is this for bottom? It is for bottom as Snaking comes in. They're looking to make the plays here. Although Dubu, with the TPs around, that Sunder onto Yawar though. Can they find a kill here? Everybody's getting low, but they can't quite put the final dagger into anybody's heart. And Yawar will have to get out. They don't find a kill in the end, and Snaking dropping incredibly low there. And Immortals managed to just play them around, just about saving their supports, and not willing to really risk coming into Velo here, so. The aggressive ones. Alright, so MP. He's really not farming very well. Neither is the Terrorblade, to be fair, but he's had a pretty tough time of things, especially being chased away by the Faceless, by MSS and the Night Stalker. And I love what they've done here. They hit this level 6 on Night Stalker. You know, they got him his face boots, and they just said, "Okay, Snaking, you can go fight now, and we're gonna leave MSS to farm." So again, going for the 4 cores on VGJ, and I feel like that is very much their strategy right now.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Oh, bottom lane, we're gonna have a Guardian's Angel thrown out. As a SVG will survive that one. It's just gonna be MSS fighting like a madman. They toss back and they find the Bane with that toss. And oh my god, everybody's blowing up now. Dubu, well, the Tiny is gone, but Dubu is not. Oh yes, actually, he is gone. He's gone to heaven with all the other ancient apparitions before him. And they're going to find a tier 2 at top. Yawar makes the rotations, he pops a Metamorphosis, and he uses that insane pushing power in combination with that Conjure Image, which he's just leveled up. Take himself a tower.
Coin of the realm.
MSS, he's got himself these Arcane Boots, and he's actually going for the... Oh, okay, no. He's going for the Medallion next. I quite like that. He's got a lot of physical damage in his team, and it also, the biggest thing is that it helps you, whoever gets Chronos. If you're not in that Chrono, I mean, well, he is a Omni Knight. He's probably going to save you anyway. But if you are in that Chrono, then the Omni Knight can throw down that Medallion for you as well, which just gives you that extra bit of survivability. Pretty good.
Radiant's bottom tower has fallen.
And Febby just taking up some farm for himself here. He has got himself that urn online. No boots, interestingly. And a lot of damage from the creeps Febby just took there. But it's okay. He's just going to bottle up. He actually wants to be damaged so he can heal Velo. Very nice Wisp play from Febby so far. We expect nothing less, though. The guy is a veteran, and he's played a lot of Wisp over his days, so unsurprising. No Chronosphere out from Void, but he doesn't actually have any damage, so the only way he would ever want to Chronosphere someone is if OD was there to deal some damage. OD does find himself that double damage. Doesn't get scared away by the Night Stalker. Oh, we have the sleep coming through onto MP there. Please tell me if the audio sound is fixed as SPG jumps up onto high ground. They throw him up into the air with the toss, and SPG will get killed on the cliffs. The bash coming through just onto that illusion. Get him out of there. Get those pesky illusions. Give far too much information for what they're worth. So, Royoya, he's got himself that Staff of Wizardry, 2 Null Talismans. Here we go, get the 4 staff out. So, yep, Dragonlance, very unsurprising there. It's such a good item on that OD. He is a hero who wants to get as many hits in as he can, so if you give him that extra attack range, then he's going to be able to do that and get more and more in up, which is exactly the name of the game. And also a hero which lacks really any kind of escape, so just being able to survive, very useful. Oh, we have the first Chrono of the game, and they are going to find the Night Stalker here, but they just have really no damage, and Royoya will find himself sliding into that one. They do get the kill. Actually, SVG is in a very awkward situation here as well. They will chase him down, they have the tree. MP. Open for a bash, perhaps, but I think I'm pretty sure they get this kill. Tether slow helping out as well. SVG on a very long run, though. This kill is not going to... oh, he just get the deny and does get it! SVG killing himself to the difficult neutral camp. Fun. Oh, he's going to get himself away from that scary Yawar. Monster in the night.
Dire's top tower is under attack. Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Mario, just shoving out mid.
Structures are
Always
fortified.
important to be shoving out lanes, force people around, control where the enemy can be.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
That is a very important thing to be aware of. Right, let's throw up some items. We have Faceless Void. Now he has got the Demon Edge coming towards him now, so that is going to be a large damage boost for him, which is exactly what he needs. Meanwhile, Tomato pushing out this top lane. He's got himself a Veil, going for the Blink next. What else have we got going on? I mean, I actually hate this new inventory system as we're going in the middle lane and to get the coil onto 2 and they just completely annihilate poor old Febby. MP finds himself alone. AA Blast going to come in. It's going to whiff. But they might find themselves an Omni Knight. Where does he have this heal? He's got it in 1 second. Will heal himself. GA available. Does use it and just going to TP himself out of there. But the bash comes through. Oh no. MSS. He's wasted his Guardian's Angel if he dies here. And Velo jumping in with the damage. Can they finish him off? Yes, they can. But they get a return kill onto the Faceless Void. Now looking for Tomato as well. Velo in the tree line tosses him up into the air. Tomato gives chase, though. I'm pretty sure he's not going to give him this kill that easily. One more right click and Velo is down. Meanwhile, down at bottom, we have another team fight going on as they are trying to take down Febby, and I'm sure this little ball of light will pop. Now the Sunder out onto Royoyo, just getting himself wet. Okay.
This sustains gold.
Royoyo shows that it's just the zoning Santi's clips, you know? Getting them out of there. Clearing shop. Now you are. He's got himself that Dragon Lancer. He's looking for the... Wow. Okay, SVG was a little bit deep there, I feel. Honestly, I didn't even see him there. I guess Royo just took full advantage of that, the fact that he stuck around too long and ended his life.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Royo will take down some creeps down in the bottom lane. And what's he looking for next? Surely he's got the full Dragon Lance on the courier, right? Right? No, he doesn't. Okay, so he's not going for the Dragon Lance this game. He's just heading straight for that sheep stick. I can appreciate that. Velo, meanwhile, he's going for the Shadow Blade. He's got the blink already. Wants the Shadow Blade as well. Now, I mean, when I see Wisp Tiny, I usually think that's kind of more of an Echo Saber thing. Well, I don't know, actually. Maybe not. Overcharge gives you attack speed anyway, so maybe the Echo Saber's a wasted item. Bottom lane. They're queuing up in the tree line. I think SVG may have seen this one. He's just sticking around his shrine. He's like, you want to fight me? You have to go through this shrine as well. I'll at least get a D-ward on that sentry. Just asserting dominance in the Radiant jungle here. And going down this bottom lane. Roshan has not been taking this game. We did talk about it. Well, I actually wouldn't be surprised. I mean, I guess you want a couple more items onto Yawar here. But once Yawar gets it, he's pretty quick at taking Roshan. So other than that, there isn't really a Roshan doer in the game. You know, he's alright. He's not fantastic. I mean, Tiny, he's alright. He's not fantastic. Sleep up onto OD. Very far forward here. Not sure VGJ want to really take advantage of this yet. So, let's take a step back. Let's see what both teams are doing here, right? We have VGJ.Storm. They're basically buying time for their Terrorblade. And if we look at the net worth, he's not doing fantastically. But they have this Puck leading the net worth chart. And that is very important, because he is able to buy the space which Terrorblade needs to come online. So they're happy with the way things are going over on VGJ.Storm. Immortals, I think they're waiting for some timings. Now they can't really wait for the sheep stick. I don't think it's a bit too far away. They're going to still need to wait like another 4 minutes or so, until maybe 5, until Royo is able to finish this guy up. So if that is the timing they're waiting for, and they're going to be waiting a while, I guess they're comfortable in doing that. And then they'll have their Shadow Blade on Velo as well, so good strong initiation. As well, buying time for MP to get back into this game. He's got that sweet Battle Fury back in. That's going to give him a chance to farm up some creeps and try and build his way back into this match. Looking at this bottom lane, this is this is a trap, Faceless Void. MP, if you can hear me. Yeah, pretty certain you can't. Do not go any further forward than that. And well, actually, Velo and Duba are up here, but VGJ, what are they waiting for? What do they want? They're actually backing out in the end, and look at the avalanche coming through. Tom rode up with a chrono. He's up on the ceiling. That was he invisible? That was weird. Anyway, Tomato dies. Literally couldn't see him there. I'm not sure what that was about. I think he was up really high up in the air. That was super weird. The people were pinging out, so I assume I wasn't the only one who saw it. Now the stun out onto Velo, trying to chase him down, snaking, gonna get tossed up and comboed, and there's a Sciences Eclipse coming out. SVG a little bit slow on that Fiend's Grip, and now he may well pay the price as Velo finds its way into that one, and Morioya getting the double kill, getting the mega kill, and throwing himself into the lead on the net worth chart, taking over that Puck who got annihilated. Excellently performed by Immortals there, and I think that was VGJ.Storm just going for the sneaky smoke and buying their time a little bit too long, and in the end paying the price of 3 heroes, which is a costly one indeed, but at least Yuara is farming. And I'm pretty sure we may well be hearing that sentence quite a lot more. So you are farming up on that Terrorblade, going for the Manta Style next, and oh, we actually have Febby going down as this little gang squad is able to get a kill, but now comes out that side of the Vice, and that is going to clean up Bane with absolutely no problems at all. And Immortals just going to use the time to farm a little bit. You know, they're not really willing to push objectives just yet. They don't need to. They need to get some more items on the Void first. It's literally just sitting on a Battle Fury and going for the Treads next. It's a pretty sad story for MP. He's way down in the net worth chart. In fact, MSS is above him. He's got his Hand of Midas, his Aether Lens. Looking for more. That's looking at this bottom lane. In comes snaking. Oh, Velo finds Tomado, and here we go. Oh, throwing out the chrono, and once again he's right up in the They've done it twice now. The little pug which wanted to visit the moon. It's like Kid Icarus, isn't it? Oh man. Well, the aerial puck kills coming through thick and fast. Appears that every time Puck breaks the stratosphere, he also dies immediately to these chronospheres. Mortal coming through the middle lane, and they're suddenly feeling a little bit more comfortable in this game. I'm sure this net worth chart will show us, oh yes, a lovely Mount Everest there. As VGJ.Storm, they had this advantage, but they really struggled to push it. They were just trying to buy time. They're really trying to buy time. One failed gank. In fact, and I guess you could call the gank onto the Wisp a kind of meh trade. Relocate forwards here. I think they were trying to catch maybe the Night Stalker, who kind of jumped away.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Uh-oh. Ooh, very close to death on Febby. I'm pretty sure he's not getting out of this one. He is, almost to jump away. Can he save himself? My god, that is very low health. 20 HP, and now a regen rune to bring it back into this fight. Meanwhile, Dubu goes down, looking for the Tiny as well. Velo, he's taking a lot of damage here, and with that Fiend's Grip, they do take him out. VGJ managed to find themselves 2 kills. So Immortals finally losing a fight. They felt like they were onto a bit of a strong roll there, but now they're going to fall a little bit further behind, and it was a big hit for the Tiny to take. And Roshan could be the next port of call for VGJ. What can Immortals do about it? Well, they're looking to push out bottom. MP with his Battle Fury. He's actually gone straight for the Shadow Blade base, so still on the brown boots. We're looking to Roche though. We do have the Ice Blast available. Chrono in 5 seconds. MP is going for it. He's willing to play for this Chrono. Actually, just jumping straight into the pit here. This is really brave. He used the Chrono. Roshan not quite low enough to finish off, and the GA actually got off in time. They do manage to find one. They do manage to find two. SVG being chased down. The Santis Eclipse did do the work inside of that GA, and now they'll find the Omni Knight as well. This is going very well for Immortals as things stand, and SVG, well, he is able to survive that one. Buying back on the puck though. Looking for the steal, perhaps. But there are 4 heroes around here. I don't think the puck wants to try this one. I think Roshan is going to go the way to Immortals. Well. MP, I mean, they're not going to give him the Aegis. They're going to give the Aegis to OD. OD is a big threat in this game. I mean, the difference between these two heroes is crazy. MP sitting on 9.6k, OD sitting on 13.7. That is madness, and they all actually relocate to bottom lane. Even lost me out, so I was checking the stats there. Was able to take out Snaking on his Night Stalker. Mardo, he's got himself a Yules, he's got himself a Veiled Discord, he's got himself a Blink Dagger, so he is trying. He's trying his very hardest to take down and to survive, mostly, is the aim of the game for him right now, because he is being hunted in these fights. He was the highest net worth, and now he's kind of drawing... Oh, they spotted him? Did they? I don't know. Puck doesn't want to risk it, though. He's just getting himself out of there, and yeah, in comes DB. Is he going to probably spot it? No, I think he might have seen the orb flying away. So Tomato getting himself to safety. Here we go, middle lane. Pushing through. Pushing up. Just shoving lanes out. VGJ, they're starting to fall behind. In fact, they have fallen behind. If we look at this very, very obvious net worth draft, a couple of bad fights, not getting Roshan and actually getting killed at Roshan and giving away Roshan. And oh dear, such a threat now. He's got the BKB, he's got the side of Vice, he's got an Aegis. I mean, Immortals, they're not committing full yet. They still need their Faces Void to get some items. He's nearly there. I mean, he's got a Battle Fury, but, you know, when you pick a Faceless Void, you can't really play him as a... Well, you can play him as a 4, actually, but you can't play him from far behind. He doesn't really do that well, but he is finding his way back into the game thanks to this Shadow Blade. Thanks to the fellow on the hunt. Sorry for the... Oh, we did go for the Echo Saber. Aren't I good? I had a fantastic analysis. I called that. And Tiny is going to walk straight into this trap. Actually goes for the kill here onto SVG and does get that one as the AA blast comes through and the rest of the team are here. Whispers actually TP'd them in, but Febby gets taken out. That your taxi is gone. Royo pops the BKB looking to fight this, but there is a shrine there. GA doesn't save you from the damage. And now with the Chrono, it's a fantastic Chrono onto the Shadow Blade. They are able to take him out. Snaking, jumping down the hill, trying to get away from MP and will juke them around quite nicely. Meanwhile, the rest of the fight is going on. They throw up. Is that an Omni Knight in the air? Yes, it is. MSS struggling to survive here, and Royoya is godlike on his OD. The final member... Oh, no. Sorry, the Night Stalker survived, but will they be able to get this attack onto Tomato? Yes, they can. The instant Hex, and Tomato is dead. The puck hits the ground. Another one fight for Immortals. More wins in their sails, and Immortals, they're looking strong. It wasn't the cleanest fight they've had. I thought things were going to go very badly when Febby TP'd them in and just immediately got killed. That wasn't pretty. But they managed to pull it back. And I think we've learned now, if you don't take care of Royoya in these team fights, he's going to do horrible, horrible things to you and your team.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Royoya, BKB, Hurricane Pike, Scythe of Ice, and now an Aegis. How do you fight this? How do you fight this? Well, I think VGJ.Storm are very much trying not to fight this, it seems. Yawar, he's got himself that Manta, now going for that BKB. I think when he gets this BKB, they may stand a chance in taking a fight, but right now, they're just trying to avoid them, make some space for Yawar. Hello? Okay. He was having a think, you know? Just a little bit of reflection, like, maybe sparing a bit of time. If he's a vegetarian like I am, then he might be like, is killing creeps really right? Maybe I'll take a minute after this camp just to say some prayers silently. Bless them for giving us this gift of gold and etc. I don't know. If only we knew what was going on in his mind.
Radiant are scanning.
Now, after this series is over, don't go anywhere, because we will have an interview with VGJ.Storm coming up after this. So that's going to be pretty fun. Talk to maybe 1 or 2 members from there. So as I say, do not leave the stream after it's over, because we're going to get to chat to the guys and ask them some questions. Might even let you guys ask a question or two. Who knows? Febby, he's actually got a fair amount of farm for a little ball of light. He's 6.3k, and he's got himself the mechanism, and the urn, and the bottle. So the guy is healing. The guy is healing hard. He's actually going for the Glimmer next, which I really, really like. That is probably for him. Okay, that is probably for Febby. That isn't, you know, he's just TPing in and getting completely destroyed in the team fights. So anything to help him survive, would be nice. Yeah. Roshan, still 2 minutes 20 away. VGJ, they're, like I said, they're just biding time. They're looking for more time on their Terrorblade. They want this BKB up on him. Maybe then they'll go for something. Until then, they're just kind of waiting. They're just trying to avoid Immortals, avoid the fights. Immortals, though, they're really trying to put some pressure on right now. I mean, they've taken all of the towers. All the tier 2s are dead. And looking at the ward game a little bit, they've only got 1 up in the Radiant Jungle, but that kind of says a lot. I'm pretty sure they're going to get another one down. Yeah, Doobie's just waiting for the courier. Oh, no, he's not. Okay. Never mind then. They don't want a ward there. Eddie's the ward there. We just got to roam that area of the map. But do Immortals need to force the issue here? That's the thing. There's still has the Void. Void's got his BKB, so I think we can just about consider him caught up now. We have this net worth chart looking pretty nice to them. They want to put the final nail into this coffin as soon as possible, to be honest. And, oh, middle lane. They're actually going to make a play here as they get Royoya inside that Fiend's grip, and that is going to be enough to take him down as Yawar taking chunks out of him with that Metamorphosis. And that is a huge kill for VGJ. That is the highest net worth by a mile hero being taken out by them. What a catch from them. A little bit of carelessness, in fact, from Immortals. And Febby, well, he didn't... Wait, did he TP'd out of that one, right? But he didn't take Royoya with him? That's curious.
Double damage.
Bottom lane, VGJ.Storm just kind of pushing it out. I mean, they're not really looking to take anything after this big fight. Roshan, he's not up, so it's not really a whole lot of options they have. Down to the bottom lane we go. There we have a Chrono coming out, and they find the kill onto Snake King, and actually looking for SVG as well here. In comes Yawar. He uses a Reflection. He doesn't have the Metamorphosis available, and MP's just going to fly away. Velo maybe is the target, but he's got Blink Dagger and Shadow Blade. He is a very tricky kill. Oh, he stops to kill the wards. Oh, I guess he needs to kill that sentry. Otherwise, you just get caught out. Still, maybe could have kept running, but in comes MP looking to turn this one around. The Guardian's Angel used by VGJ.Storm in response, although Puck did manage to avoid it, and now the jump forwards with the magic damage. They take down Tomato. He hits the deck MSS, the next one on the kill list for Immortals. Can they take him down? This Omni Knight could be a huge factor in the high ground defense. So if they take him out now, it could be massive, but Yawar with... Oh no, 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 Yawar, he tried to be a hero, but in the end it goes horribly for him. It was a lovely idea. It really was a good idea. And as I said, the Omni Knight, they had to try it. The Omni Knight is such a key component of their high ground defense, but giving up Yawar like that. Febby? Oh, he just wanted to take some damage. See, Febby is always thinking about this stuff. I'm always confused when I see a Wisp just running under tier 4s, but... yeah, taking some more damage, and he'll just heal himself back up with the end, so... There we go, down to bottom lane. They've taken one... They actually haven't taken the range tracks as usual, they just leave it. But VGJ, they brought back, they're looking to go, and Immortals are actually quite delayed on escaping from this one. VGJ.Storm's catch isn't phenomenal.
Radiant's middle barracks.
At night time they do have snaking. It actually runs into it all. Pops that BKB, looking just to kill out Febby here. Will get Astral now, and the ultimate is out onto Velo here, but it will be cancelled by MP jumping forwards, and the Chronosphere catches out too. The double magic resist onto Terrorblade, just keeping him still for this fight. Now he's out of that Chrono, he's looking to do some damage, but MP is already cleaned up. SVG, can they kill him? Oh my god, yes they can. The Sanity's Eclipse comes down, and GG is called. That is it. Immortals taking game number 2. We're going to a game 3. Man, what a game. What a series. Both teams showing a lot of life here. I think we may well be going pretty hard in game number 3, fighting it out. What's it gonna be? So that was once again like a very similar start to last game, as we saw VGJ making a fairly significant start on the game, and then things start to drop. Things start to go badly. And it was all on the back of Royoya, honestly. Royoya did an insane amount here, and let's just look at Royoya's damage here. And yep, that is I mean 18k in total. Doesn't seem like a whole lot, but just nuking down that Night Stalker every time he came forwards there. And 11-1 on this OD. You can't let the OD get this out of control. And actually, whilst Faceless Void had a pretty horrible game in all things considered, he came back miraculously there. Using that Battle Fury, of course, Royoya and the rest of his team, with Febby Wisp as well, able to make so much space for him to do so. And but those Chronospheres were clutch, honestly. They were game-winning Chronospheres, time and time again. MP was able to throw them out, hold someone still, Royoya was able to do the damage, hit them down, and really create a lot of opportunities for, and even Tiny as well, to hit inside those Chronos. Yeah, so Immortals, very surprisingly convincing game number 2. So we're going to game number 3. We've had 2 convincing games. Number 3, it's going to be a fierce match to find out who makes it through. Face off the winners of Blue BG versus Complexity. I'm NomadCasts. Don't go anywhere. We'll be back with game number 3 very shortly.